Hi, everyone. My name is Eliza, and I am the Director of Counseling at McLean Bible. And today I'm really excited and happy to have Ken Tucker here with me to talk about a ministry at McLean Bible, a marriage ministry called Re-Engage. Ken, thank you so much for jumping on and telling us a little bit about it. So maybe just start by sharing a little bit about how you got interested in Re-Engage, and then we'll kind of go into what it is, what people can expect, what couples can expect. So yeah, take it away. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in it.
So Judy and I came into Re-Engage at a time that was really crucial in our own marriage. We had just come back together after a separation and had begun to grow in our walk with the Lord and with each other. And David Sheets, the marriage minister at the time, was starting Re-Engage, a marriage ministry. Talk about God's timing, right?
Right.
And so we enrolled with that program, that pilot program, both as participants for our own marriage, because we needed it, and then also as facilitators. And so that's how we started some six and a half years ago.
So out of your own need, really, sounded like.
And it was exactly the timing. In fact, that's what we find, Eliza. People who come to Re-Engage come because God has ordained for them to attend. It's that moment in their life. Many of them come after 5, 10 different counselors and therapists, and they land in Re-Engage and find the help they need. Part of what works for Re-Engage is just that it is a community you enter into.
It's awesome.
And it's a community of people who share many times your story in some ways,
Yeah.
Part of the program is a live testimony from a real life, in real time couple who speaks of what God has done and is doing in their marriage. Some of whom, Eliza, have been divorced for 5 years and get remarried.
Wow.
Some of whom come there after having been to the divorce lawyer the day before.
Wow. Okay. So you get, so part of help me know a little bit about what couples can expect. They can expect a story that's a real life story of marriage that has been through a lot. What else does a typical Re-Engage evening look like?
Well, so you get the live testimony, okay? And then you get lessons every week, okay? So tonight, for example, we'll deal with giving yourself up for your spouse. Now, that's really based on the model of Jesus Christ, who gave himself up for us.
Right.
And so marriage is actually built on that idea that just as Christ loves the church, husbands are to love their wives, just as the church is to submit to Christ, wives are to submit to their husbands. So the premise of it is that we actually are the church in practice in our homes. I think one writer refers to the home as the little church. Get the little church right, and then you really do big church good.
Yeah. No, that's good. So some teaching, it sounds like, that will be on relevant subjects out of Scripture.
That's right. So application, applying Scripture to life events. So people don't only come because they have trouble, major trouble. They come because sometimes they aren't communicating. They come sometimes because they have disagreement as to how to discipline the kids, or they're struggling with how they should spend time around finances. All those life events that impacts, living together as husband and wife.
Would you say that it's mainly for marriages that are really in trouble and struggling, or is it for couples who just feel like we're maybe, we've just kind of hit a coasting place in our marriage? We're not necessarily in looking towards divorce, but we're not necessarily feeling like we're all that close, but we're surviving. What would you say?
Yes.
All right.
It's actually, the Re-Engage mantra is, take your marriage from simmering to sizzling.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And it doesn't matter if on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being great, it doesn't matter if you're at a 1 or at a 10. Coming to Re-Engage allows you to increase your walk with the Lord, understanding that vertical relationship clearer, that then impacts your horizontal relationship.
That's great. So as a marriage counselor, one of the things that I would often tell couples is you're either investing in your marriage or you're investing in your divorce. And if you're really seeking to have a marriage that really is built on what you had shared, this little church picture, it takes work, it takes investment. So what I'm hearing is like, this is a good place to invest in your marriage. And I love that. I love that we have that to offer for couples, for sure.
We find couples come having been married for 3 decades. And then we have couples who've literally come having been married for 3 months.
Wow.
3-month-old couple comes many times because they want to prevent. They want to do preventative maintenance, they say.
Right. Well,
some of them say, we've seen it in our parents and we want to avoid it in our marriage.
That's encouraging. And I would encourage anybody who's seeing this here, like, don't wait until you're in crisis mode. I mean, obviously this is great to know that this is here. This ministry is here for if you're in a place where there is just a lot of tension and difficulty, but don't wait for that. So how can couples who are interested, how do they get involved with this? And is it something that you have to wait for a certain enrollment time, or tell us how they get involved?
So we are in sessions and accessible. You can join Reengage for 10 months out of every year.
Okay.
The only time we're not there is during the last part of June, all right, through the first 2 weeks in September. And after that, any other time you may join. And the simple way to join is to go to www.mcleanbible.org/re-engage.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to put that in the notes below so that people will have that. But that is the best way you can get connected, registered, come and join a class. Sounds like anytime except for those summer months when you take a break. So
every Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
Okay.
From 7 until 8:30. Okay. And just join. You can come and just sit and learn and listen. You're not obligated to participate. You're not called upon, if you're brand new, but you're free to volunteer, comments, questions. We have couples, veteran couples that we will assign to new couples to walk alongside of them.
Great.
And get their sea legs, as it were.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like any real pressure for you just to kind of check it out. And right now during COVID, it's on Zoom mainly for right now for?
Yeah, it's virtual.
Okay. Even easier. So right from your living room.
Yeah, so easy. Amen.
Awesome. Well, Ken, thank you so much for serving in this area. I'm so thankful for how you took your own brokenness, you and your wife, and turned it around to be an opportunity to really be used by God for other couples. I know there's people right now who are listening who this is going to be really beneficial for. So I encourage you, if you're watching and your marriage is in a place where you feel like it could use a little more investment, to go to that website that's in the bottom of the notes here and connect with Reengage, and Ken will get you connected with how to join.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you all.
All right. Thanks so much, Ken.
Thank you.